A very good morning, dear class 7. Nice to see you again in our social science class. I hope you are doing very well. As we have finished our block 6, so it's time for sample answer. So before starting the class, be sure that you have all the essentials. Resources we will need for today's class are workbook, notebook, content book and stationery. Our aim of today's is to review the homework and discuss answers of content book and workbook. But children, I want to remind you one more thing that do not copy all these answers as these are sample answers. And these are only to guide you in order to review and edit your answers. So let's start with workbook. The first question of workbook is name two cities in Muhammad bin Tughlaq's empire in the northwest region. That city was Lahore, and in the Deccan region, Devgiri. And the second question, there are two parts. In A, question is write two policies Muhammad bin Tughlaq introduced to expand his empire. Muhammad bin Tughlaq tried to raise a big army to defend the empire from the attacks of the Mongols. He also shifted the capital to Devagiri. And the question number B is why did Muhammad bin Tughlaq transfer his capital to Devagiri in the Deccan? When Muhammad bin Tughlaq extended his empire in the Deccan, he decided to shift his capital from Delhi to Devgiri because Devgiri was located in the center of the empire. This would make it easier to control the regions. Also, the new capital would be at a safer distance from the northwest frontier, which was repeatedly being attacked by the Mongols. And the third horse question is the transfer of the capital to Devgiri led to bitterness against Muhammad bin Tughlaq. And why? The transfer of the capital led to bitterness against Muhammad bin Tughlaq because people suffered loss of lives and property. Here, life is written, beta. So, ignore it. And the word is lives. So, loss of lives and property. This also led to a huge financial loss for the empire. Let's move to the second set. In second set, the first question is what was Muhammad bin Tughlaq's main source of raising revenue for his schemes? So taxes and the royal treasury were Muhammad bin Tughlaq's main sources for raising money for his schemes. And the second question is describe two economic policies of Muhammad bin Tughlaq. The two economic policies of Muhammad bin Tughlaq are first is increase in taxes in the Doab region to raise additional revenue for his schemes and to cover the loss of the state treasury. Muhammad bin Tughlaq increased the taxes in the Doab region. And the second policy was token currency. To overcome the shortage in the royal treasury, Muhammad bin Tughlaq introduced token currency and ordered people to replace the silver currency with these. He asked people to use the token currency for all transactions. And the third horse is how was the life of the people affected by Muhammad bin Tughlaq's token currency scheme? The economic scheme of Muhammad bin Tughlaq caused huge losses to people. As a result of the increase in taxes, peasants abandoned agriculture and escaped into the hills and forests to avoid the consequences of not paying taxes. Due to the use of token currency, trade was affected as the economy of the reign collapsed. Now, the third set, first question is who was Firoz Shah Tughlaq and what did he do to strengthen the Sultanate? Firoz Shah Tughlaq was cousin of Muhammad bin Tughlaq. he succeeded the throne of the Sultanate after Muhammad bin Tughlaq's death. During his reign, he tried to regain the boundaries of the Sultanate and establish the economic condition of the people. And the second question, state one reform in each of the policies Firoz Shah Tughlaq made during his reign. In the economic policy, he reduced taxes in the Doab region and encouraged agricultural reforms. And in the administrative policy, he took special measures for the needy like the poor, widows, orphans, and the unemployed by setting up separate departments to ensure their welfare. And in the judicial policy, he reformed the system by reducing punishments and stopping torture. Now, the third question is, compare one economic policy each of Muhammad bin Tughlaq and Firoz Shah Tughlaq. Muhammad bin Tughlaq increased the taxes in the Doab region to raise revenue for his schemes, whereas Firoz Shah Tughlaq abolished all the unfair taxes in the Doab region and introduced several agricultural reforms. So our workbook question answer discussion is over. Now move to the content book practice questions. The first question is, write two major expansion schemes Muhammad bin Tughlaq undertook. Muhammad bin Tughlaq's two major expansionist policies were firstly his plans to invade Persia and Khorasan, for which he gathered a huge army but had to disband it after a year. Secondly, he tried to invade China after conquering the Karachi region. The army had a good start but was later defeated due to the harsh Himalayan conditions. The second question is, what measures did Muhammad bin Tughlaq take to safeguard his empire from Mongol invasions? To safeguard his empire from the Mongol invasions, Muhammad bin Tughlaq decided to transfer his capital from Delhi to Devgiri, a safe distance away from the northwest frontier, which was repeatedly attacked by the Mongols. Third question is, how did Muhammad bin Tughlaq's decision of shifting his capital from Delhi to Devgiri and back affect the people of his empire? Muhammad bin Tughlaq's decision of shifting his capital from Delhi to Devgiri and back affected the people of his empire in a huge way. The transfer of the entire population to and fro caused sufferings due to harsh travel conditions and climate, and also led to loss of property. Fourth question, what were two major economic schemes introduced by Muhammad bin Tughlaq? The increase in taxation and token currency were the two major economic schemes introduced by Muhammad bin Tughlaq. The fifth is, what were Muhammad bin Tughlaq's reasons for increasing tax in the Doab region and how did it impact the people of that region? Muhammad bin Tughlaq increased taxation in the Doab region to raise additional revenue for his expansion schemes and to cover the loss of the royal treasury. The peasants of this region could not pay the higher taxes due to the drought conditions but were forced to. Due to this, most of them abandoned agriculture and escaped into the forests and hill areas to avoid the consequences. Now move to the sixth question. Why did the token currency scheme not work? The token currency scheme did not work because of some reasons, and the first reason was the Sultanate did not keep a check on the minting of coins. As a result, local people started making fake coins, which soon came into circulation and the treasury was filled with fake coins. And the second reason was the idea of using token currency was new to the market. Foreign traders did not accept the token currency in place of silver and gold coins. This affected trade and economy. And the seventh question, you have to state whether the statement is true or false. So I hope you did it correct. You only match your answers. A is false, B is true, C is false, D is true, and E is false. Let's move to question 8. Explain the development of art and architecture during the reign of Firoz Shah Tughlaq. The reign of Firoz Shah Tughlaq is famous for the development of art and architecture. During his reign, he built an elaborate irrigation system of canals and wells. He also built several mosques, mausoleum, town and cities. The town Firozabad, now it is known as Firoz Shah Kotla in Delhi, and the city Firoza, now known as Hisar in Haryana. So the town Firozabad and the city Firoza were built during the reign of Firoz Shah Tughlaq. Question number 9 is, how did the administrative and economic policies of Firoz Shah Tughlaq help the people under his reign? Through his administrative and economic policies, Firoz Shah Tughlaq took special measures to ensure the welfare of his subjects. In administrative reforms, he built a separate department called Diwan-e-Khairat to look after the needs of the poor, widows and orphans. He helped the unemployed and slaves by setting up a separate department to train them in getting skilled and provide them the work. He built free treatment centers for the poor and rest houses for travelers. And in his economic reforms, he reduced the taxes on the peasants of the Doab region and encouraged agricultural reforms. He got irrigation systems like canals, wells, and tanks constructed which increased agricultural production. He distributed grants and loans to help people affected by the famine. Now the question number 10, that is higher order thinking question. And the question is, can we say that the social cultural development during the Sultanate period was a fusion of Indo-Persian traditions? Explain with examples. The social cultural development during the Sultanate period was a fusion of Indo-Persian traditions. The food, costumes, literature and art forms had the elements of both Indian and Persian culture. The literature of this time developed in both Indian and Persian languages. Several books were translated from one language to the other. Musical instruments like the sitar were created as a fusion of the Persian tanpura and the Indian veena. Similarly, Kathak was a fusion of Persian costumes and Hindustani music. The Rajput style of miniature painting was also inspired by the Persian style of art. The Persian influence can be seen on the Indian architecture in the form of conical domes, pillars, towers and pointed arches. Now our practice question discussion is over. So we will start additional questions. And in the first you have to match the columns. So A, transfer of capital, match with E, administrative measures by Muhammad bin Tughlaq, and B, match with C, economic schemes by Muhammad bin Tughlaq, and C, match with B, economic reform by Firoz Shah Tughlaq, and D, match with A, judicial reform by Firoz Shah Tughlaq, and E, match with D, administrative measures by Firoz Shah Tughlaq. The second question is, if you were a trader during Muhammad bin Tughlaq's reign, how would token currency have affected your occupation? Here your answer may vary. So the sample answer is, if I was a trader in Muhammad bin Tughlaq's empire, my trade would have suffered because of the token currency. Since the token currency was new, foreign merchants did not accept these in place of silver and gold coins. Question number 3. Do you think Firoz Shah Tughlaq worked for the welfare of the people? Give reasons with examples. So this question and the practice question 9 both are asking the same. So you edit this question with question number 9. And there, after writing in question number 9, administrative and economic reforms, you add there judicial reforms also. Okay. Now move to the fourth question. How did the Delhi Sultanate influence the architecture of India? The Delhi Sultanate greatly influenced Indian architecture. The Islamic styles of architecture, such as conical domes, pillars, towers, and pointed arches, were introduced in India. When the Indian workers and craftsmen used these styles for building new structures, the Indian and the Islamic styles merged to form the Indo-Islamic style of architecture. This style can be seen in several monuments that were built during this time. The Qutub Minar, Hauj-e Khas, and Firozabad were some of these. The fifth question is, write about the contribution of Amir Khusro to the development of culture during the Sultanate period. Amir Khusro was a famous Persian poet of the Sultanate period. He composed several verses in Persian. He is also known to have created the sitar by combining the Indian veena and Persian tanpura. 6 is horse question. Do you think you would want to live under the reign of the Delhi Sultanate? Give reasons for your answer. So in this question, you have to write your own opinion. If you are writing, yes, I would love to live under the reign of the Delhi Sultanate, you have to give the reason also. And if you are writing, no, I would never want to live under the reign of the Delhi Sultanate, there also you have to write your answer with reason. Okay. Now, we will discuss bonus question. In the first set, the question was, who was the second ruler of the Tughlaq dynasty? So, Muhammad bin Tughlaq was the second ruler of the Tughlaq dynasty. In the second set, the question was, the Sultanate took no measures to keep a check on the dash of coins. So, the answer was minting of coins. In the third set, who set up free treatment centers for the poor and the rest houses for travelers? And the answer was Firoz Shah Tughlaq. And in the fourth set, the question was, which period was renowned for the development of new architectural styles? And the answer was Delhi Sultanate was renowned for the development of new architectural styles. Okay, so what we have learned in this blog, we have learned about the empire of Muhammad bin Tughlaq, economic policy of Muhammad bin Tughlaq, and policies of Firoz Shah Tughlaq. Also, we have learned the life during the Delhi Sultanate. So, children, prepare block 6 for block assessment. So, the name of block is Delhi Sultanate second, and complete the writing work also. Okay, your block assessment is on 23rd of June, means on Wednesday. Have a nice day. Stay home, stay safe. Bye-bye, children, and thank you.